The Spin-off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you find it hard staying optimistic with all the financial news in the media? I'm Bernard Hickey, and on my podcast, When the Facts Change, I'm here to help you navigate the ever-changing landscape of economics in Aotearoa. So join the conversation every Friday on When the Facts Change, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in partnership with KiwiBank.
Okay, we're just going to do it.
Okay, so we got all the bits. So you're Jane.
I'm Jane. Who are you? Are you going to be Duncan still?
Yeah.
Okay, fuck.
Yeah, I can do this.
Well, you've got an easy task. I don't.
Well, yeah. Okay.
It's fine.
Okay, it's fine.
Hello, everybody. We're doing a duo pod today. It's a chaos pod.
These have always gone well in the past.
I've blocked them all out of my memory. I think we've only done it like less than 5 times.
Oh no, it's all right. It's all right. I'll just do it live.
Those who follow Jane on Instagram might know she's on a spot of bother. she's going to America tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
To LA, and basically her kids are all falling, dropping like flies, getting sick. And so she's abandoned her 2 most important kids.
I know. I feel like it's weird doing it without Mum.
I know. We've had to like pull up. We don't normally look at like the run sheet and stuff with all the words on it.
She diligently sends it through. I often open it and it's definitely a tab, but it's not a very well perused tab.
I've looked at it today. So we've got to start by thanking Nando's, right? That's what we always do.
That is what we always do.
We've got huge news. Christchurch is getting Nandoified. Christchurch Hoyts. Tomorrow, there's a Nando's opening, Christchurch Hoyts. Are you thinking?
Yeah.
Okay. Christchurch Northlands, 8th of November. There's one coming there.
That's two are there none in the city right now?
I have no idea. There's one. And they're doing the gold coin donation at the University of Canterbury to support Mental Health Week. Gold coin for a bit of chuck.
That's really, mate. They're such a lovely company, Nando's.
It's going absolutely everywhere. I think there's one in Tauranga opening soon. The Real Pod Corner is all full of Michael from Nando's gets in there. Am I supposed to say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's fine.
It's fine. She's not undercover, right?
No, and Michael, like, she came and made the Real Pod. She brought the chicken to the people. It's lovely.
She really did. Speaking of Real Pod Corner, if you're not involved, you are literally missing out on pictures of reality stars sitting on the toilet.
That's right. I still can't really believe that happened. Like, I keep going back and getting new notifications for the same picture of JT doing the full koala.
That's what it's called?
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
it's because you sort of hug the... What is that called?
Cistern?
Cistern, yeah.
And you sleep for 12 hours.
It's I got a lot more. So
are we just going to dive straight into?
I think we should.
Hashtag RealPod on
the
Facebook. I still don't know what a hashtag is. It's been like what 3.5 years. Oh, that will crash into real news. And the real news, of course, is the kangaloo.
It's not. What's the kanga? It's koala. It's the koala.
I thought it was called the kangaloo.
No.
Where did I see that? I didn't just come up with it.
I think you just came up with that.
Do you want to explain what the kangaloo is?
So last week on the Real Pod, I don't know. Oh, it was to do with like the trippy wallplate paper at Amy and Stu's. That the only way to get the full surround sound effect of it was to face to go straight onto the toilet, and it prompted a lot of doubt from Alex and Jane.
Shock, doubt, disgust.
Because it was one of those weird things where it's obviously like a very not that easy a thing to do, because it does require like a strong commitment to it. Like the de-trousering. But like physically, it's very possible, and it's an action that we all do most days. I go into the
Speak for
toilet.
yourself.
Yeah, at least once a week, and yet you guys thought just no one would ever have done it.
I think what kind of shocked us is when you first sort of announced the move, and then you're like, "Do you guys do that?" Like it was really casual. We were definitely going to say yes.
No, it just seemed to me like logically that if you could do something that it was like accessible to all humans, well, not all humans, obviously, but it was right there. It was a possible thing. If humans can do it, they'll do it. And I thought that we got 700 in the corner. Someone got up to it. Turned out I was right.
What have you seen?
So I got this guy, Andrew Jock. Shout out to Andrew in the corner.
Great name.
The best part is that so he basically said to DM him for details. And basically, he told me who's the first person to raise that it was called the koala. And it was big in the Christchurch engineering student scene.
Oh, shit.
And I got some real filth. Probably not even... It's probably too much for the...
The podcast?
Yeah.
Not
Like
safe for pod?
Well, I heard
Nothing.
about... another thing he told me about that was sort of a related product to this... another part of this, the Christchurch engineering student defecation scene was the upper dump.
Oh, no, not in there. That's where the clean water is.
Yeah. That's where the thing that you're hugging, the cistern,
Yeah.
gets a deposit.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Top deck. In a way.
It's real foul. But then I heard an even worse one.
Why are they shitting everywhere?
Like, okay, these guys are crazy. They're shitting. They're freezing it. They're posting it.
Dude!
They're baking it.
What?
I'm serious.
Andrew Jock!
No, like, so some of this, so okay, to be fair to Andrew, he didn't give me those last two bits of information.
Oh, okay.
My brother-in-law is my only mutual friend with Andrew Jock. Shout out to Mike Charles. And he happened to be in New Zealand this week, and I sort of started asking about it. And as soon as I said Andrew's name and referenced what it was about, he like cracked up and was the guiltiest Denver you've ever seen.
Is he engineering?
No, he's... Oh, actually, he might be. He's like in oil and gas in Western Australia, in Brooktown. But he just sort of gradually fed us these just outrageous stories of like
crazy.
Christchurch sort of flattening life and all this like Undie 500 info, all the like Dunedin scene stuff. It was amazing. So like basically from that one little kind of creative toilet hack, I got all this information that I can't unknow.
Oh, man, if only we could get into Amy and Stu's house now and give it a whirl.
That should,
Not the upper one.
no,
That's-
God, no.
that's-
Like I want to strongly disassociate myself from anything but the koala. The koala, I think, is creative and cool. And JT did it.
JT did it. He took a photo of himself, also doing the Kindle, the koala Kindle.
So it's like an educated koala.
And it might be like the most intimate thing I think I've seen, like in my whole life. Someone
Yeah.
sitting on the toilet like that, and he's proud of it. He's happy to be there. He's doing the koala, and that's the kind of stuff you can see in the Real Pod Corner. That's a Survivor superstar, and we made him do that. That should be in the Herald. Should that be in the Herald?
It should be in Spy at least.
Yeah. Actually, talking to Spy, have you seen Matilda Rice under fire for doing making fun of disabled people, allegedly?
Oh no, I hate it when Matilda Rice is under fire.
It's the worst. It means we're all under fire. Let me just get it. I don't think... It's sort of like accused of mocking disabled people, but I think Duncan just knocked the microphone
I caught
over.
it though. I was like, I don't want my jumper to get
I think
creased.
it's just one or two Instagram comments.
Hi, my name's Matilda, and this is my picture.
Okay, you're doing a face that... Oh, no. Stop that looping. Make a sting out of that.
So she was...
You did a face that seemed concerned.
Okay, so I think that when I first heard it, I was like, oh, it does sound like someone doing like a disabled voice, but she's actually just trying to be a kid, right?
She's trying to be a kid. She's trying to do the 7 days.
That's fine.
She just might not have like nailed the impression enough.
So she's just like bad at impressions.
Yeah.
Well, how about this is the real pod?
This is us. It's Impression Corner. Hi, Jane. Jane's going to be listening to this on the plane.
Oh my God.
Probably vomiting,
Should
doing the koala.
For a long koala, I reckon.
More Matilda news. Matilda and Art can't afford to buy a house in this godforsaken city.
Yeah, I read that. Reported, I think it's from a Next magazine story. I don't know, like, I can't sort of see how it can be true.
Yeah.
So Matilda claims that she is earning more money now than she was earning at TVNZ after being a full-time influencer for 7 months. I mean, how badly would TVNZ have to be paying her? Or
and she had like a fancy job, wasn't she? Like sales.
Yeah, and Art, his business, like he seems super ubiquitous, and his business seems like it's going well. Like paleo is like a big
even if
deal.
his business isn't going well, they do so much paid stuff.
They hustle,
and they've got to get like. It's like thousands for
It's
like an
gotta be.
Instagram, right?
Yeah.
And they're doing a couple of those a week. Carry the one. Do the maths. That equals a house to me. Maybe they're not like...
Maybe it's
do they
hard to
need like the
save?
money man?
Yeah.
Maybe Brian and Christine's costing them.
That's true.
But yeah, I don't know. It made me feel better.
That's true.
I'm like,
Just like
well, now I can actually give up. There's no point trying now. I did a message. I tried to find some more celebrities who can't afford a house. And the only person who came back to me, of course,
Colin?
is Colin Mathura Jeffrey.
Oh, man.
With the most beautiful answer.
Was it sort of half poetic?
Yeah. It got a lot of ellipsis. I'm looking for a new home, ... or an apartment, ... somewhere to do art or read, ... with a lush garden like out of a fantasy fairy tale. New message. Everything that is delightfully out of reach means we must strive for more and be sensible about investing. Everything is attainable if you want it bad enough. That's crazy, right?
Those are amazing
I
messages.
just asked him, can you afford a house? That was all I said.
I also think the apartment with a lush garden
I
might
know.
be not attainable.
It's attainable. He also said he wants something out of a fantasy fairy tale, so you could have anything. You could have
Right.
like a slide inside, you know. You're thinking about it.
I'm just imagining what Colin Mathura Jeffrey's fantasy fairy tale house will be. I think it will be super cool.
I want to go to his house. I want to spend a day with him.
I once dropped a package off at his house.
Was it frozen poo?
Absolutely not. No, I don't think. I don't actually remember what it was though. This was a long, long time ago.
That's weird. That's a weird thing to do and not remember specifics about.
Well, I think I was working at Barker's at the time, and I think it must have been some menswear that he was borrowing for something. That's my recollection.
Did he come
He
out
had a lovely
in a robe?
home on the slopes of Redacted. He wasn't home, but just knowing that he lived there, I felt.
Did it look like it was out of a
privileged.
fairy tale?
Yep.
Okay. More Colin news. Colin's Cranny. Colin's Cranny. Colin's Cranny. Colin's Cranny. 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 Colin's Cranny. We haven't got a sting for that yet, have we? Can you fashion one up? Colin's Cranny. Wholesome tweet of the week by Colin. Weird. In my sleep, I felt held down by two invisible beings. ... Felt real. At 6:15 a.m.
Still the only guy using Twitter.
It's so good. Just like giving updates from his life. I mean, I think Colin is a spiritual man. And I think if anyone's going to have a connection to another realm, it's him.
Yeah.
And I know people that have been held down by ghosts. And I believe them. Hi, Jane.
Really?
Yeah. My friend Ben got held down by two ghosts in Germany. And he was like, it was a mother and it was like a young ghost and a mother. And I was like, how did you know that? And he was like, I don't really know. He could just make out their like their shapes and just sensed all these things about them. And he said he was like completely paralysed all night being held down by a ghost.
I don't believe in ghosts, but I think if I was forced to believe via being held down by them, I don't know if I could reintegrate with normal life. I'd just be so shook that the fact that ghosts were now real that's the end of me and sort of rational thought. I just don't think I'd be able to have any. My opening for all conversations would be, "Do you know that ghosts are real?"
Yeah.
And if they said no, then right. Oh, I just don't. I feel like it would just disconnect me. I feel very fortunate that I've had no contact with the spiritual world.
Well, Colin's just going about his normal life.
He's just well tuned, like I wouldn't be surprised. Like if they were sensing murder and the only psychic was Colin,
yeah,
and he was just vibing hard, that's a great show.
Have you ever done a seance before?
No, we did have a game at a flat that I used to go to a lot, not my flat, which was like a Ouija board game from the 70s.
Oh.
And it was very spooky. We were too scared to use it, and eventually it was taken away by this goth guy. And we felt better for it. I think he gave us some party pills in exchange for it. It was that kind of a vibe in here.
I think we should try and do a seance with Colin.
Well, didn't you do one with Sue Nicholson? Was that a seance?
No, that wasn't a seance. That was just a vibes. Here's what's in the room kind of a moment. I think I talked to David Longy once in a seance.
Whoa.
Because I used to do them all the time. Like, it used to be like before before you're 18, you're not drinking all the time.
Like a chit chat, get ready, have a seance.
Chit chat, get ready for the ghost. And David Longy had just died, so he was in the mind. And it was like, is there anyone here? And, you have a yes and a no at the end of the board, as well as the letters. And it went straight to yes.
So how does it... Is it a ghost?
Oh, I can't explain it. The ghost moves it. / somebody moves it.
What, so like, does someone have their hand on it?
You all have your fingers on a glass.
But you feel...
But very lightly. I mean, I don't believe it to be ghosts, but it's still like a very weird thing when it happens.
Was David Longy dead at this time?
David Longy died, died. And I went yes, and I was like, is this David Longy? And the glass like went back a little bit and then went yes again. And I was like, well, that's all I need.
What did you ask him? What was
I got a bit hazy after that.
Because I feel like doing some exclusive interviews with dead New Zealanders using seance as the medium. Because there's a lot of questions.
There's a lot. I mean, we're going to try and talk to Kate Shepherd for Suffrage 125.
That's right.
The PC police wouldn't let us. AKA the people who own her home.
But they let everyone else in.
They let everyone else in.
Poor old spin-off.
Anyway, what were we doing? Podcast.
Oh. Fuck, I totally forgot. I thought that the podcast was just talking about koala and that.
This is the podcast. The next thing I want to talk about, sorry Jane, sorry everybody, I want to talk about these worms.
Oh, I was going to eat one of those.
We've commandeered the pod. Again, in your like typical just saying something completely crazy. These strange creatures washed up on Napier Beach. They're big slimy worms. There's not really any scale. I'm imagining them to be sort of like a dog roll size.
I'm thinking of them as like a human leg, like my leg.
Right. And I put it in Slack, and the first thing Duncan said is, I will eat one of these. Like, nobody had asked you. There was nothing. There was nothing. They're called spoon worms. We'll put them on the real podcast.
So are they made of animal or vegetable?
They're spine chilling. They're just a creature.
They're a creature?
It's a creature, yeah.
Oh.
Secretes a vast amount of sticky mucus. You still want to eat it? Hold on, this is actually crazy. Sticky mucus smears it over its burrow walls and stretches it out to make a net to trap food in. I don't think you want to eat these geniuses.
I thought that they were like a sea cucumber. I thought they were like a...
I don't think they're like not
I didn't read the story. No, but I thought they were like a sea vegetable.
What? A sea cucumber isn't actually a vegetable.
Isn't it?
No!
What's a sea cucumber? Why has it got cucumber in its name?
It's like a big
no.
I've seen one fart before. That's no vegetable.
To be fair, I refused to eat cheesecake until I was like 28 because I thought it was like, I didn't like the idea of savoury and sweet being together.
Oh my goodness. Well, you can eat these. They're actually
I'd still do it
delicacy
because I feel like when you
Korea.
commit to doing something in Slack, you have to do it no matter what.
They're used in Korea for food, often eaten raw with salt or stir-fried with vegetables. See?
Delicious.
There's the vegetable element.
As a vegetarian, I struggle to get enough mucus in my diet.
Okay, it's time for reality check.
I am disgusted at how much you have copied my husband.
There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot for us to talk about that's just happened this week, but there is so much about to happen.
I know. So I was just talking to Redacted about that. And so, maths.
Maths is 3 nights a week. I think they've for some reason, they've crunched it right down. Maybe to make it, I guess, short, like...
Short
how long
run.
was it last time? I think
it
it
was
was
like 8 weeks, maybe. So maybe it's 6. So maths.
Runway, Kiwi Bake Off, My Kitchen Rolls.
Apparently MKR, my source tells me, is extremely good this season.
Really?
Yeah.
I used to love that. It all got lost to the romance shows, but I think I'm like, how are we going to do this? And
it's almost like
Bachelor
there's like
Australia
a full-time bureau.
continues. But yeah, I don't know what to do. Alice and I are going to watch the premiere of Maths tonight.
I'm quite jealous. I'm going to my daughter's suffrage-themed production. It's 2.5 hours long.
It's moving.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's going to be great.
I've also heard from Redacted that Project Runway is fucking good as well.
Oh, really?
Like, it's like throwback New Zealand's Next Top Model. Amazing.
Great.
And it's got real good, funny SponCon challenges, like heaps.
Oh, awesome.
So, yeah, I don't know what to do. Maybe we should ask the cornies what matters the most to them.
Yeah. I think we should definitely go to the Children of the Corn
And ask them
for
what
this
they think.
information.
Oh, and also Ned Schneebly from School of Rock is going to be on the new season
That's
of
not a real
Survivor.
name.
You know Ned Schneebly?
Nope.
Mr. Schneebly
Never
from
seen-
School of Rock.
I've not seen School of Rock. I don't like Jack Black.
Oh my God.
That's the one with Jack Black
He's
in it.
good in this. This is maybe the last great Jack Black movie. No, The Holiday.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Have you seen the one, what's it called? Like, it's got like just a person's name, and he's like a con man, sort of a
Ciao.
You know the one? It's based on a true story.
Yeah, I know what it is.
I quite like
This
that
is
one.
bothering me. Okay, The Block.
Yeah, The Block.
What do you have to say about The Block this week? You watched it on Sunday night.
I did watch it on Sunday
Confess to
night.
that
No, I
much.
actually watched it on Monday night using a tape recorder device.
And thoughts on the do-overs? Because that was the big... Bernie. That's what the movie's
Bernie.
called. Bernie.
There you go.
Not Cha.
Bernie.
It's all finished. Now, well, let's talk about do-overs first.
Okay.
The boys did a good job.
Yeah. Their original... What did they do over again?
They did their like weird hallway bit upstairs
which
that they painted really
the girls
dark.
also did, right?
Yes, and then 3 did the knock.
Yeah, that was a bad room. That was like peak, or whatever. What's the bottom? What's the opposite of a peak? Trough.
Trough boys.
It was trough boys. That's cool.
But
That sounds like a
I
podcast.
feel like their things all come together now. Like I don't know. I believe in the boys.
I think that it's quite cool that the way that they've gone from being like an absolute joke to sort of maybe dark horse to win it, because it's such a, like the other ones are all sort of a piece. And so if you like that style, you can get it sort of 3 ways. Whereas the boys thing is quite, it's almost bland, but it's quite accessible. It's what a lot of homes were like maybe like 2 years ago. It's slightly dated, but that's probably where more people are at in terms of their aesthetic. I think they got a shot.
An executive style. And they've got their massive spa pool, which takes up, I don't know if you didn't watch the backyard things, but
No.
they've got a giant spa pool which takes up a lot of it.
Is that good?
I don't know, is a spa pool a burden?
I feel like a spa pool is gross. What do you guys think of spa pools?
They go for like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Tina likes it.
I love it.
love it. But
It's
how
good
often
to drink
do you use
alcohol
it? Like,
in.
yeah, it's very good to drink alcohol in.
Did you say like drink the water or something?
Oh, no. I mean, maybe.
Often. I had Dion had one and I was in it most of the time.
Most
Most of the time.
I like the heat. I like gradually go up and see how hot I can
Oh, my
go.
God.
So it's
spa pool challenge.
But they need a lot of maintenance. So I did wonder about that. Just like, I don't know if it's a real commitment. But then I'm like, you're buying a house. Like,
Yeah.
you are
But also
committing.
like a massive one. I don't know if a massive one is good or if just a wee one is fine.
They definitely had room, like the boy. I feel like they're imagining like bachelor pad, big parties.
Totally.
I just keep imagining. It seems like there's lots of places where they could put like one of those long funnel things like you see in the fraternity houses.
Oh,
in
like,
the
like a
movies.
2-story. You can even
Yeah.
do like a 3-story
You could
funnel.
do a lot of that
Yeah.
into the spa.
Shit, that's cool.
What else happened? Jason said that their gravel looked like kitty litter, which is funny. And he wasn't wrong. The Kmart kind. I'm familiar.
Oh, the crystals.
It was like, it was like kind
the
of
white powdery stuff.
quartzy,
Yeah,
powdery
I've got
rock.
it in my house. Yeah.
You got kitty litter?
Yeah, I do, to be honest.
Does Leo going?
No, just kitty.
What else happened? The parents came over. Did you see that part?
Yeah.
Are you telling the truth?
Yeah, no, I did. I quite like their parents.
Yeah.
When you see someone's parents, it makes you like the person more because you just sort of see that they're actually like a human and not just some sort of rogue reality TV weirdo roaming the earth.
I liked it when the boys' mums like came in and helped, and then when they were going to say their emotional goodbyes, Ben just like went to the shower and just didn't say bye. So
Classic
Tom had to
Ben.
do this big awkward like double hug of the mums. I felt bad, but it must have been like a bit. Like he must have known that the mums were about to leave.
He's a weird fish.
He's a weird guy. I like him though.
Yeah, he's definitely. But going to the shower instead of hugging your mum goodbye is very Ramsay.
True.
Also, lots of parents very beautiful. Just like
Agnes' mum.
Agnes' mum is incredible looking.
Yeah.
So that's my other note.
Is that your other note?
Yeah.
I like now that. Oh, did you see when Paula Bennett showed up?
I fast forwarded it,
That was crazy.
but
It seems like not allowed. I don't know why.
yeah,
It's just church and state.
I agree. Or you should at least have to have like Michael Wood or some other West or like Phil Twyford. You know,
Minority parties. Yeah.
that's just the rules.
Yeah.
Um,
And she's the MP for the area, but
That's true. But is she? Because
what she
Hobsonville. That's. I thought it was that new guy, Chris Pink. Who's the one who replaced John Key? Helensville. I think Helensville and Hobsonville are the same.
Yeah.
Are they?
probably worth
Can we
investigating.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seemed like there's always like these reminders, like when she showed up, that there's still that area like isn't a real thing yet. You know, like it was almost like a little infomercial. And then it cut to like, she's like, yeah, we come down, we have barbecues. It's not what you'd expect. The people come out and the kids are there and it's all good.
It seems real stagey. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when Jane and Joel lived out there briefly, and
That's right.
drove out, and it is quite eerie because it's like a whole town. It's clearly built very recently. You see no one, often like no cars on streets, and it's a little bit like a movie set or something.
Yeah.
They're still trying to figure out how it becomes like an actual place. And even that cell, like, they have barbecue. You don't need to say that.
Yeah.
It's New Zealand, you know. But if you have to say it, then it's clearly not actually a real place yet.
Yeah. We are normal people here. That's a good point. Are we going to go to the live auction Sunday night?
Are we going as
a bit
media
of a
or as
drama.
humans?
I think we're going as media.
Because
Media's
Robin really
gone.
wants to go. It's like if I could go and be a human and just whack a few bids on.
Yeah, well, I think it's all on an app these days.
What?
Well, they've been shilling this bidding app for
Really?
the past couple of weeks. Yeah.
I've not been paying
No.
attention to the... What are they called? They've got names, eh? A bug? Is it a bug?
What's a bug?
Crawler? You know those things which they put on the screen while the TV program's playing?
Oh, yeah, maybe a bug. I prefer
I'm trying
crawler.
to learn all the like SOTs and VTs, and I like learning the lingo, but every time I say it, I'm like, am I doing it right?
Yeah.
And it's unconvincing.
There's a lot to learn about TV, especially like the VT just stands for videotape. It's the stupidest thing.
What about SOT? What does that...
SOT is sound on tape. I'm looking at the
I reckon
sound
it's
people.
definitely sound. I don't trust
Sound
the
on tape. I think it is. 'Cause when you say up SOT, that's like up the sound. You bring in the sound from the clip.
This is crazy.
This is great chat. Sorry, guys. Hi, Jane. Hope you're having a nice flight. Should we talk about The Bachelor?
Yeah.
Cassie's big day. Oh, man. The biggest day of her entire life. She finally got the single date.
If I died now, it would be good. Or
Yeah.
some really amazing line she said.
She was so red in the face the entire time, and I loved it.
Yeah, and she's got that rictus grin. Like, it's just fastened.
Jane's noted here. This is a fun thing. I've actually left my notes outside the studio, so I've just got Jane's notes in the Google Doc. Very small bikini bottoms.
Oh,
They were.
They're quite small.
I've actually had a conversation about the togs on The Bachelor with another friend of mine who pointed out during when they did that stupid the beach ball bingo thing.
Oh, yeah.
And they had to find that those togs were not conducive to a intense sporting situation. And I just wonder, production is stitching them up a bit. They were so high cut.
Yeah, they were crazy
and not,
high
and
cut.
really, I don't know. It was not supportive for a woman in any sense. And that's just what I think.
I just think, Cass's outfit didn't seem like your water park go-to.
No.
Because I went on the Big Buller on dinner hour.
What?
They're really scary.
What are you saying?
Big Buller. That's what it's called. Come on.
But what is the word? What does it mean?
It's like hello.
Oh, okay.
And I'm probably mispronouncing it. Apologies if so. But so I went with Robin and I was using her as an excuse. She was genuinely terrified all the time. She was probably 7 at the time. But I was using her terror as an excuse to not go on almost anything because it's scary. And because they do rock you around a lot, and if you don't have a lot of coverage, I don't know.
Maybe she was planning that though.
True. Cass has definitely had some thoughts about this date.
I liked when they took the opportunity on one of another Big Buller to just switch millions of positions in that ring thing. It was very raunchy.
It was pure raunch.
But it's also, I'm focus on the ride. Enjoy the slide.
But I don't understand how they got into all the positions on one motion.
Well, it's long. It's
It would have to be bloody
minutes.
long.
Well, did you see the size of that water park?
Yeah.
It looked crazy.
And to have the whole thing to yourself is incredibly cool.
I wonder about that. Do they just pay for it?
I reckon they would have gone in early and that the water park would have done it for sweet promo. It's amazing. Money can't buy.
That's true.
I also think it's a very Colin Mathura Jeffrey thing to have a whole water park to yourself.
Yeah.
Wholesome.
He's done that. He's booked out Splash Planet for sure.
Is that a thing?
Splash
do we have
Planet.
water parks
We
in
have
New Zealand?
Waireta and... But you know Splash Planet.
No.
You know Splash Planet. Splash Planet was the greatest thing when I was a kid, but I think it's shut down now. It was in... Where was it? Hastings. You know this. Look at this.
Whoa.
This is amazing. The Cornies will know. The Cornies know about Splash Planet. It had a castle in it. It was a lot.
Was there also one in Mount Maunganui?
No,
On an island?
about that. Oh, it sounds like a fairy tale.
In the 60s?
In the 60s.
And it's still there, but it's shut down for years and it's haunted?
That sounds like a story. I went to, what's on the Gold Coast?
Oh,
the bad thing.
Water World?
Yeah.
I went to that
That's
one.
the movie.
Oh. Water Park?
SeaWorld, but
That's
no
all.
animals, just me. And I went on a slide that was called the Wedgie. And it was so intense. You had to stand in a, kind of like an astronaut, I don't know, maybe, in like this tube thing, like a astronaut style tube. And then they just dropped the floor out from under you, and you just drop straight down a slide, and that's the Wedgie. And then when you land, the Wedgie, the promised Wedgie. It's such a weird conceit for a slide.
It is quite, and it's amazing sell. It's like,
Yeah.
hey kid, you know what you need? A wedgie. Pay money, get in line. Got a wedgie coming.
It's not often you get to just free fall, straight down.
No,
Put a price
it's
on
not
that.
often.
Speaking of free falls, how about that sky swing thing? That was crazy.
That was, because what did they say? How many, was it 75 metres or something?
It looked incredibly high.
That's 20 stories plus. That is so high.
And you're just kind of in a sleeping bag with a harness.
And he stitched her up. Like,
Did he?
Well, yeah.
I thought
Because he knew.
He knew. So she had the ripcord the whole time
he had
to
like
release
a fake
them.
ripcord. I reckon that's terrifying. And the fact of her pulling it while she thought the whole thing was broken is such an amazing testament to Cass's commitment. I think that might have been when she uttered her literally immortal line about at least if we die together. So
like the,
hard out.
Icy Fire lyrics. Been watching The Hobbit. Don't worry.
Oh, is that?
If we die tonight, we'll all die together. Is that
an Ed Sheeran
Battle
song?
of the Five Armies? Yeah. Krypton Factor date. I'm reading off Jane's notes. I don't know what this is in reference to. Dasha wins one-on-one time, but her and Nick have bad juju.
Really bad juju.
What was the Krypton Factor? What does that mean?
Krypton Factor was a cool game show in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
When you were just not an existing person. It was really cool because it was a combination of mental and physical. And I think you did it as like a family. It was very good.
Oh, was this the mud thing?
Yeah. I must admit, I sort of fell asleep during that.
Okay.
It's very hard.
And they found out that Nick was too proud to ask for help when he couldn't get over that.
He showed his vulnerable side.
Lofty thing.
Yeah.
He must be really heavy. Right?
Yeah. He'd be 110.
Looking at Alice. Tina's nodding. Seems good. And Jamie Lee got sent home. And I don't know. That's Moon Boot.
Yeah. Yeah, well, because she couldn't participate because Brooke had taken her out.
That's right. Seems sad.
And then got sent home. Like, it seems quite rough.
It was never going to be her. I was also, in my own notes, called her Deanna.
Me too. I was not bothering to learn the intruders' names, just like any bachelor would, you know?
Yes. Segway day on Wednesday. You'll be into this?
I was so into this.
Now, I've never been on a Segway. You have.
Very recently.
What's it like? They did a Segway kind of a tag team race thing around a track.
It's the single best form of transport I've ever used. I want one very badly, but they're so expensive. You think
How much?
They're like $15,000.
No.
I'm serious.
That's crazy.
It's real crazy when you think of like you can get like a whole Suzuki Swift or something for $15,000. But when I saw that, I was like, "That look, honestly, that would be the funnest thing." I want if that exists in New Zealand, corn dogs. Let's do it.
Make some noise. Is it hard to... Because I feel like you'd be scared. You have to lean a lot forward, right?
You do, but it's weirdly like that's kind of why I think that Nick was slow on it, because you kind of can't really gun it. Like, it sort of weirdly self-regulates.
Right.
Like, because like the more you shift your torso forward, the more your bum goes out, and that kind of keeps the balance in place, sort of thing.
Right.
I found it hard to go fast. I would like get forward and then some other part of me, I don't know, my bum probably, it's always my bum, was like holding me back.
Was it harder then? Do you remember that time that you tried Jamie Curry's glide board and the spin of the
no,
old
it's
spinner?
so easy. That was really bad.
That was really...
I feel like I got immediately caught.
You spun out.
Yeah, I spun out really badly.
Oh, those are the days.
Those were the days.
I would really I feel like it's very real pod for us to do something on a Segway.
Yeah.
Can't we just borrow Sal's? I guess they're a Nando's competitor, so we can't. But Sal's have got a couple.
Redacted have got a couple. There'll be Segway tours or something. Because the one that me and Jose went on in Brizzy, that was $45 each for an hour.
Damn.
So cheap.
A private tour?
But it wasn't private as such.
Oh.
It was public. But there was this cool Brazilian girl took us on it, and I was like, "Do you ever have any accidents or anything?" Expecting her to say no. And she said, "Yeah, last week a guy really badly broke his leg." That was like within 10 meters of us starting, and I wasn't feeling confident at the time.
God.
But it was because a father and a son were racing full tilt, and then I think the son broke his leg real bad from hitting the father. I'm like, there, but by the grace of God.
I had thought that Brett, when she tumbled, had broken ribs or something. It looked like a serious fall to me. Oh, hello, Siri.
A serious fool. No, I thought the opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
You've been there, done that.
I have not, but I was like soft ground. Also, I feel like because of the nature of Nick and him being like such a rough and tumble guy. By the way, the dates continue to be like pure boy heaven,
Yeah.
like mud race, Segway race,
A man cave.
Waterworld, the Kevin Costner deluxe edition. I was like. I thought she'd just jump back and get on because I feel like that Nick would be like big tick for that. Just like he downvoted Moonboot for not
Wearing a moon boot.
and being injured.
How dare she?
How dare she?
I don't really remember what happened after the Segway thing.
Brooke got some more time and the other ladies were not happy.
Oh, that's right. It's definitely Brooke, right?
It's definitely Brooke.
It seems too obvious. Like, I thought maybe Emily was going to emerge as a front runner just because they had such a good first date. But then, is this what happens next? The Emily ballet date was an absolute
Well, the
shatter.
ballet part of it was great.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I thought his legs
His legs are crazy.
are crazy. They look like a Nando's chicken leg. You've seen Tina knows.
He's got a ridiculous body. Chiseled
Very
as.
chiseled.
Almost like makes Art Green look like a little bit of a weed.
I'd love to see them next to each other. We've actually got a big Honey Badger cutout.
Well, it's not
Shout
that
out.
big though, is it?
It's not life size, but it's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Jane says, fascinating to see how they sort out their undergarments, which I think is in reference to the jockstrap thing,
Oh yeah.
which I don't know about. I don't know about that.
What does that mean?
What is it?
A jockstrap.
Is it just undies? Is it just glorified
I've
undies?
not worn one.
Tina?
It just looked like a man G-string.
It did have a G back.
But like a sort of a sumo wrestler G.
It had a thick band,
Thick band.
Very thick.
Yeah.
but we didn't get to see him in it. That's all right.
But he's really good at ballet, just like
He
a
was
natural
very
ballerina.
good. I would watch. But a tricky day if you aren't good at dancing. Luckily, Emily is a dancing teacher, and as Jane points out, she's only 25. That's crazy.
Why?
She does not seem 25. I thought she was like 30.
Well, it's just because there's so many youngies on the show.
She carries herself with such poise.
Yeah, she's very poised. But it's weird how I also feel like the fact of him basically having already anointed Brooke is why the Dasha and Emily dates were so bad. Like he was just not, I'm not even trying.
He's checked out.
And my wall's up. And my book's closed. And it just doesn't seem fair.
And yet Cass
just does not care, you know?
he's entertaining her.
I like how when he sees Cass, he just picks her up and puts her over his shoulder and
know.
goes for a walk
I think
every
it's so
time.
he doesn't have to talk to her.
Yeah.
Just throw her there. What else happened? There was a drama. Was there a drama? Shannon got really drunk, I think, at
Did
the
she?
cocktail party. She looked hammered.
But she's tiny.
Yeah.
She must be very thin because she
She
looks
is
very
thin.
thin on TV, and people on TV way thinner than you think when you see them in the real life.
Yeah, it's shocking. Is that when I saw
Oh.
Naz for the first time? I couldn't believe it.
She's just a tiny
She's
little doll.
tiny. Sophie drew her feelings out for Nick on the whiteboard.
Yeah, that was actually a weirdly pro move
Do you reckon?
because I thought Sophie was luggage the whole time. Sorry, Sophie.
That's so mean.
No, just like that. She's just, she's along for the ride, but she's not actually contributed. She's not a contender, and I'm like,
Sure.
how do you keep being there?
Yeah.
Whereas Shazdog seemed like an actual. Like when they first met, I was like, these guys have a proper vibe.
Yeah.
But then Sophie, when she needed to, really pulled it out with the whiteboard.
She drew a stick figure that had poo arms. That's what Jane wrote. It's
It
not
was
my
incredibly bad drawing. Even like I'm not a good drawer, but I was like, I feel like I could beat that.
It was quite simple.
Yeah.
It was simplistic for sure. When Shannon, spoiler alert, got sent home.
Spoiler alert. It's like a recap.
Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the last 5 minutes. I was actually quite emotional the thing she was saying felt very, almost like Hollywood. And she's like, you should have just got to know me. You should have given it one more day. Because I think she's right.
Yeah.
Like
agree.
Nick's got the blinders up and the walls and all the all of that. And I reckon he should have given Shannon a chance.
I agree. I think it's all down to the fact of him being just too besotted with Brooke. And it's sort of breaking the show. You got rid of all the villains, and he basically he's just going through the motions now, and it's made what was up until the Red Wedding episode where he got rid of all the villains. This was one of the best seasons I've ever seen. Now it's a little tedious. I think that's kind of why. And Shannon's absolutely right. Like, you've got to make a meaningful effort. Like, that's one thing that Art did brilliantly. Was when he was on the date, he was nowhere else. He was like right locked in. Whereas he's now withdrawing.
Yeah, it's true. And Dasha was very upset at Shannon getting the boot. She was in ribbons, according to Jane.
That's a good expression.
Jane's got a note here about a goggle box. Have you tuned in for the second episode? I watched the first 10 minutes this morning. And I was chuckling.
Really?
I reckon they're finding the groove. There's still some that I dislike, but there was like one of the families. I can't remember why they're talking about koalas again, and it's just a shot of them on the couch. He's just like, koalas have got 3 vaginas.
What?
Which is crazy.
Is it true?
Let me just Google it. But I feel like they're going to find, plucking out those more random moments. Koala vagina, is this something I want to have on my work computer? Oh, no. Oh, no.
Keep that to yourself. All I need to know is it true?
Yes. Kangaroos and koalas both have 3 vaginas. What is going on in Australia? That's crazy.
That's
all female marsupials have 3.
So like a
Even
wombat.
wombats.
Not a wombat.
Not a sweet sacred wombat. Oh dear. What were we talking about? Oh, Gogglebox. It's on a little bit later. It was on at 9 versus 8:30, I think, last week. But they had, it happens to the best of us.
It really does. And luckily you can catch it again.
Right before your favourite show.
It's so cool that they'll repeat absolutely anything. Rather than
They're just going to do like reruns of the news. Like old episodes.
Yeah, American Dad.
We've got 2 episodes left though, guys. Hang in there.
The finale next week.
It's going to be epic.
Is
it?
Well, it is going to be literally epic. It's going to be an hour.
Yeah.
Just is that okay to tell? I don't think anyone knows it's still airing at the network.
Yeah. Oh, well. Surprise.
It's going to be really good. The finale has a lot. Also, this week has me on it, so that's huge.
On a Segway, no less.
Yep. Footage.
If you aren't tuning into that, then I don't know what you're doing.
Footage and handage.
Have you watched any of the 3 comedy pilots this week?
No, have you? Tell me about them.
I've watched all of them, apart from I didn't watch Mangere Vice, which was last night.
Oh no!
I have to be careful.
You just reversed your segue.
It's hard. I love the concept. I find it very exciting,
cool.
and I have honestly, hand on heart, not watched more network TV in when you do one thing after the other?
Linear.
Sequentially.
Yeah.
Like every single night this week, I've bedded down, watched the news, watched the project, watched the block, and then watched the comedy special every single night. And it's been a beautiful run. And I haven't done that.
What's that family called? Have you joined the Murdochs?
I'm trying to get a job. Yeah. I was going for Gogglebox, but yeah, the Murdochs will do. They've all had like good parts, but I feel something about them feels like rushed. I know that they were made quite fast. Some of them were shot like quite recently. And I think to me the front runner is Golden Boy.
That's the one that everyone seems to be talking about. Tell me about Golden Boy.
Golden Boy is like about, basically, it's set in like, I don't know if it's a real town. If it is a real town, I didn't think it was, called Crawdon.
Crawdon Rusty?
And this like journalist, played by Hayley Stewart. Hi, Jane. She goes back to her hometown for some reason, and is working in a dairy with Angela Dravid, who I'm sure has a proper name in the show. And her younger brother is like a big shot All Black, basically, played by James Rollison. He's like the golden boy of the town. And it's about, the first episode was sort of his, everyone was waiting for him to come home from tour, I don't know. And it was sort of about the dynamics there with her family and his girlfriend who's still in Crawdon, and his sort of secrets and lies. I'm not making it sound very good.
No, I'm just laughing at Crawdon.
But it's a good conceit. It was a good conceit, and I chuckled a lot.
It is a really good conceit. I humble brag, went to Dan Carter's hometown, which I can't remember the name of, with him.
Is it Crawdon?
It might be Crawdon. It's real cool. It's just like one square block, and I went to the rugby club with him, and you can just so see the way that the way a small town would just kind of just pivot towards the All Black, and it would be like this really amazing distortion field that would kind of, everyone's trying to be normal, but it'd be completely impossible to be normal. It's a real, like, the concept is great. I'm going to watch it.
Get involved. Do we have anything else to say? There's normally more segments than this, isn't there?
I feel like there are some
frantically trying to open the thing. The fan of the week.
Oh my God, JT. He might be fan of the year.
It's a lot. It's going to be hard to top that.
It feels like a T-shirt.
To top that, you're going to have to go on the system.
I feel, what if JT does that?
Don't do it, JT.
But maybe.
There was such a community notice board.
I tried to find out what he was reading, like to zoom in on his Kindle, but it's not.
I tried
visible.
too. It was big text. It was like he
really
wanted
big
us.
text.
He
It was
wanted
a bit of a
us to find
brawny
out.
situation.
He's got glasses. Oh no, he wasn't wearing his glasses. No glasses on the toilet. Classic. Community notice board. Play the ditty.
It's the community notice board.
This week, someone posted this in the Real Pod Corner from something. New Zealand Gardening on a Budget group. Someone said, moved into a new flat. Not sure if this is a weed or a vegetable. Any clues? Do you know what that is? Oh my God!
I just jammed my thumb.
Oh my God!
Fuck. It's all right. It's all right. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Is it actually
No, it's fine.
bad?
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I feel like we need
It's fine.
You need to put that on ice.
No, it's fine. Just put it in my armpit.
Oh my God.
Well, it's a cannabis.
It turns out it's just a shitload of cannabis.
Really?
Yes. It's cannabis with the leaf tips cut off.
Okay. I can't believe they're going to run the weed eater over
I
it.
know.
A funny name, but.
Dave's. Okay, thanks. I will just run the weed eater over it. Oh no, maybe he's making a joke. It's hard to know. Anyway, iconic. I would not have known that.
I was looking. I mean, I've seen lots of pictures of weed leaves, for example, on people's shorts and hats. But that didn't look like that to me.
Cut off. Oh, if anything, it looks like a big, lovely clover. That's what I would have thought.
So innocent.
Okay, we're nearly done.
It's been a slog.
The great segment.
Like and subscribe. Max Key Corner. I know. I'll never forget you. Like and subscribe.
We're dancing to music that we can't hear because Jane has left us and she's taken all the stings and we don't know what to do without her. Max Key's exes strike back, aka one of them has applied for Heartbreak Island. Spy understands.
They're shooting. Duncan understands.
Yeah.
They're shooting Heartbreak Island season 2 in like 2 weeks.
That is why.
What do you mean why?
Like, why so fast?
Because it was a mega hit.
Was it actually?
So it basically did quite badly on the TV, but I think it might be their biggest ever show online.
Wow.
It was like a massive hit, and it like a whole generation of. This is what I've been told, that like it became like a hardcore thing for teens. Like it was one of
Really?
TVNZ On Demand's biggest shows ever, maybe its biggest ever. And I basically think that all the people who were going hard on Love Island did transfer across to it. And I don't know where I've got this information from, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but I think it might be a pure on-demand product.
Season 2.
The next season. And they might, I can imagine them dropping it in summer. I'm real excited about it. I think that there are things that they could, small changes they could make to the format that would make it a lot better. And if it was a smash hit amongst sort of teens and teen-adjacent people, they might get some real good applicants, i.e. Max Key's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
I feel like this could be an example of a reality format actually developing in New Zealand, and I'm pumped.
There's still the theory, which we'll look back on at the end of the year, TVNZ versus MediaWorks reality knockout competition, because I reckon this is the year that TVNZ has leveled up in a big way.
They've definitely taken it seriously. They're also, did you see they're trying to make another renovation show?
Yes. It's unnamed teams, maybe families, maybe couples, whatever.
Yeah, basically it's an Our First Home follow-up, which just really didn't work out. And then
they need to bring back changing rooms. Who died?
One of the winners of one of the Our First Home seasons,
oh, no.
died paragliding or something.
Oh my god,
it's very sad.
This is horrible.
Just a chap.
That's all from XK. Renee Brown seems like a lock to be in the show.
So she's a Pomsky. She's a very recent act.
She's Pomsky's momsky.
Is she? Oh no!
So she's going
to
Bali?
Cairo could be going to Fiji. Bali?
Well, she did an Instagram for Bali. Maybe she's...
No, I'm pretty sure it's Fiji, because Fiji government basically paid for the first season.
Right.
Good use of
Is that
resources.
another thing you're not allowed to say?
No, I'm allowed to say that. That was in the credits.
Anything. All right, I think we're finished.
We made it.
We did it. We got to the very end. Thank you so much, Alice and Tina, for being here. Thank you so much, Jane, for looking over us via the Google
any
Doc.
Cornies who made it through.
If you made it, you...
Any real podders.
Yeah, you're the best. Thank you, Nando's.
Nando's, most of all.
Oh, my God.
We're better than this. We know it.
Yeah, we'll be better next time.
You're much better than this.
Goodbye.
Talo for Lover. I'm Madeline Chapman, editor at The Spin-Off. If you have the means, consider supporting our high-quality journalism by becoming a Spin-Off member. Sign up now at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
Are you curious about how business can be better? I'm Simon Pound, and I host Business is Boring, a podcast where I kōrero with some of the most interesting people in entrepreneurship, commerce, and making things happen. Tune in to Business is Boring every Tuesday, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network in partnership with Spark Business Lab.
The Spin-Off Podcast Network.